Hey, welcome. This is episode 7 of the Path to Stardom podcast with me, Sadia B. It's where we grow our fan base from 0 to 1,000 fans. In the past podcast, I talked about how to get in front of millions of people in a very, very easy way. And the easy way to do it is to build your Dream 100. Your Dream 100 are the influencers who have the market, the target market that you're looking for. Building that list, developing relationships with them, commenting on their stuff, really giving value to them. And then eventually going into their DMs, talking to them, offering them something free from you, the whole aspect of giving. And then hopefully they'll be there to promote your music. So I'm doing all of this in real time, y'all. I am giving this advice, but I am doing it in real time, just so I could tell you what pitfalls and things that you may come up with. So here are some things that were some pitfalls for me. So yesterday, actually the past couple of days, I've been working on my Dream 100 list. So I went on Facebook and I was looking for groups that had to do with relationships. My song Delete and Block is about relationships and people moving away from pain. So I was looking at groups that had to do with relationship healing, women who want to level up and get away from boys, women who want higher quality men, etc., etc. And I was looking through the groups to see how many groups kind of fall into that category. And I was able to join about 15 to 20, which is really cool. The next step with that is to really observe what sort of content that they are posting in the groups. Because remember, you don't just want to go somewhere and have access to your target market and just start spamming links. No. You really have to look like a real person, not a robot. And like you care, give value to get value. I'm looking in the group, seeing what sort of value that the groups provide me. One of the pitfalls that I would say is that as I'm doing this and I'm looking at all the groups, I was thinking, maybe I should make my own group. Maybe I should do my own thing. And I wouldn't say that's particularly a pitfall, but I would say actually I would call that something that I will do in the future. And that is something that can strengthen your brand. You having a fan group dedicated to your music, and or you having a group that deals with the particular issue that people want to avoid. So for me, with relationships, moving away from pain, making a group all about how to get out of bad relationships and sharing music and content having to do with that. And again, that's another way you can provide value. So that was something interesting that popped up as I was doing that research for my Dream 100. Then the next thing I did was I went to YouTube because I love YouTube, and I was looking at different influencers who I follow since, my music applies to me, and writing down their stuff. So as I was looking at all my subscriptions, I was looking at people who gave relationship advice. I also started to look at makeup influencers because they need music for their videos, and hair influencers because they need music for their videos. And I also started to just type in the search bar, relationship advice, videos, how to get out of a bad relationship videos, things like that, because these are the influencers I want to add to my Dream 100, whether they're small or big, because I want to get in front of their audience. A pitfall with the whole YouTube thing is I was starting to get unfocused. Like I was talking about the hair and the makeup people. They are cool, but they're also kind of secondary to what I'm really trying to get at. My music is to help women get out of bad relationships. Yeah, if my song is on a makeup video, that will be amazingly awesome. But at the end of the day, many women from all sorts of different backgrounds with all sorts of different problems are listening to the video. So it may just not target the audience that I specifically want. It's just a bigger net that those sorts of influencers would get. So I would say a pitfall is just to stay focused on your marketing message, what you're trying to convey, and finding people who also convey that message. The next thing I did was just go on Instagram and look at different influencers who also try and solve relationships, or, they're just kind of like the bossy bitch attitude that I think the song represents. And the same pitfall came in there. Like, I was finding great bossy influencers, but maybe they solve problems having to do with health. Like fitness women, and showing the transparency of like posing versus not posing. Or there are bossy women who mostly focused on wealth, how to grow a business, how to do this and that. And although they're bossy women, I want women who talk about relationships. I want people who talk about how to do better in that arena. So I would say, just as you make these podcasts, I would say, just as you build your Dream 100, stay focused on the people who also solve the problems that your music solves. So as you build this Dream 100 and you start to contact people, your marketing is going to be effective, because you want to reach the most amount of people that you can, of course. But also, as you reach them, you want to make sure that your message is so clear that you can penetrate that market, because what's the use of having your message, have someone spread your message, if your message isn't going to relate to their audience? It's cool, but that's not going to make people check out your music. And that's ultimately the goal of doing this. So, those are just some things to think about as you're building your Dream 100 before you contact them. Anyways, this is a Path to Stardom podcast with me, Sadia B, day 7. And the Chinese word of the day is broccoli. Xilanhua. I used to love broccoli, man. Vegetables in China are next level. They taste so good. If you want to be healthy, go to China, learn how to make all their vegetables. You're going to come back a very happy man or woman. Anyways, that's my tip of the day. Let's talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.